Yeah, it was awesome. It was very loud. They're very passionate. They love this team, as you can tell by the noise. I thought the rain might have scared them away a little bit, but they all came back when it dried up. But yeah, the people of Bangladesh are amazing. We've loved the time here. They've been very accommodating, and yeah, it was just a great way to finish in front of, like you said, almost a full house. Sorry to spoil their party, but we won the game. But you can tell they just love cricket. So yeah, top draw. I think we spoke quite a bit about the last game, that the areas we got wrong, or maybe weren't quite didn't quite hit the mark on. And I think a big part of that was our death bowling. And I thought Josh was exceptional there. His plans were very clear and he executed beautifully. And then Bev, he's a very, very clean ball striker. We know we see him in the nets training very hard, and he hits the ball a long way. So it was cool for him to get himself in, and then cool to see a bit of power at the end there. Yeah, we made it hard for ourselves. Sharaful bowled beautifully at the top. But I think, you want to test yourselves. If we chase that, one or two down, you don't get to learn too much, and, you're not under too much pressure. So it was, nice to get the win that way, and see those two guys through the middle navigate, obviously a pretty tough period. Yeah, I think it was. We spoke about it at the toss. Before the rain sort of came, we were going to have a bat first. But then, with a bit of weather, we were like, we'll probably look to bowl, just because it is a little bit nigglier. And, that's how it played out. So it's always tough when you come off and then you lose 5 overs, because, you probably would have gone a little bit harder had you known it had been 15 over game. So that was sort of the reasoning behind what we did at the toss. And, lucky for us that that's sort of worked in our favour. We know, his class. He's been bowling well all series. He's definitely been the pick of their bowlers. He's been consistent throughout, the five games we've played. I definitely felt when I came out that, it was the back end of his over, and I just thought, I'll absorb these balls and, look to finish out his over and try not to take too many risks. It's always tough when you've only got 3 overs. They used all 3 up front. They were looking to take wickets. But yeah, he's a world-class bowler, and he definitely bowled very well throughout the whole tour. Yeah, I think it's been spoken about a bit. We've had a lot of top players not here, in the IPL or the PSL, so it gave a lot of fringe guys an opportunity. And I think the best part about touring overseas is learning quickly about the different conditions, and I think we did that. Throughout the one-day series. I know we lost the series, but there were some great performances from everyone across the board. And we learnt a lot. And then I think in the T20s, we only played 2 games, but for a large part of that first game, I thought we were well on top. And then Bangladesh did a really, really great job to win that game. And then to finish the series here, I think especially the way we bowled, it felt like a unit that had been here for 3 weeks, and we'd learnt a lot, and we just put it out on the park today, which was yeah, it was awesome. It was very loud. They're very passionate. They love this team, as you can tell by the noise. I thought the rain might have scared them away a little bit, but they all came back when it dried up. But yeah, the people of Bangladesh are amazing. We've loved the time here. They've been very accommodating, and yeah, it was just a great way to finish in front of, like you said, almost a full house. Sorry to spoil their party, but we won the game. But you can tell they just love cricket. So I